So we're back again with another vlog. So it's our final week, week 4. It's really dark and horrible and cloudy today, so I'm really sorry if it's a bit dark. But yeah, it's week 4, so today is the 26th. So yeah, there's not many days left in November. So November ends on Thursday. Today is Sunday. So we have today and then 3 more days and then that's it. And my novel needs to be finished. I think we're getting there. I have now finished that one really hard scene. So I've only got 3 scenes left in the whole thing. So even if I do 1 scene a day, I should do it. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close. I'm really hoping I will manage to do it in time, but I think I will. I think I should be able to do this. I've got all of today to get some writing done. So I might be able to just bash the whole thing out in 1 day. I doubt it, but I might. Yeah, I think I've already started the next scene I've got to work on. So we're just gonna, dive straight in, get some writing done and hopefully get this novel finished. So I will see you again soon. I'm gonna go and start writing because I don't really want to waste much time because I don't really have that much time left. So we're just gonna get straight in and start writing, and I will let you know how it goes and maybe when I finish. So see you in a bit. Okay, so I have finished. I'm sorry if the lighting is a bit weird, but I thought I would let you know that I've finished. It's done. It's almost exactly 80,000 words. I think it's like 80,018 or something. I basically just pushed through today just to get it finished because I was so close. I just wanted it done. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'm gonna have to reread it and see what I think. I'm not convinced that I'm happy. I don't know, I'm not sure. I think I'm a bit of a weird headspace because I think it finishes, I don't know, it's sort of a happy, sad ending, and I don't know how I feel about it, and I don't know how satisfying an ending it is. So I think I'm gonna have to leave it and then reread the whole thing from the beginning and then see how I feel about it once I've sort of had the ending in context of the rest of it. Because I haven't really reread it at all, especially not from the beginning in a really long time. So I think it's be important to read it from the beginning and just see how I feel about the ending once I've read the whole thing. But yeah, I feel exhausted. I've got a bit of a headache from just staring at my screen all day. I started about 4 hours ago, so I haven't written all of that time. It's probably taken me about 3 hours, I think, in total. But yeah, we're done. We finished. We have successfully completed NaNoWriMo. Yay! I haven't hit, I think I'm on like around 40,000 words in total. I will check and let you know how many I actually managed to do. But yeah, we're done. We did it. Oh, I think I'm happy. I think I will be happy once it hits me. I think at the moment I'm still sort of in the writing phase. So I haven't really had a chance to step back and think about it and appreciate what I've done. But yeah, I'm thrilled, I think. I'm just feeling, a lot of emotions that I thought I would just let you know. I will come back in again, I think, later and tell you about sort of my plans for December with my writing and what I'm going to be doing next with my novel. But for now, we're done. We finished. I did it. Hello. So as you know, I have finished my novel. So I thought I would just come in here quickly just to sort of wrap things up and let you know what my plans are for the last few days of November and into December. So today, I think it's the 28th. After filming my sort of live reaction to having finished, I then went back and I added a little bit at the end just to fully, not round things off, because I sort of did round things off where I ended it before, but I sort of went back and then sort of opened things up slightly, just because I thought that the way I ended it was very final and was very sort of everything is resolved and it's all fine now. And I don't really like that in books. I prefer books where they do leave sort of an air of mystery to it and you don't actually know fully how things are gonna resolve, or things that are resolved maybe aren't quite. So I did go back and I added a bit in at the end just to sort of tease a little bit extra, I think, right at the end. And now I'm really happy with the ending, and yeah, I'm really shocked actually that I managed to finish it in less than a month. So my final word count for NaNoWriMo is, I think, 32,000 and something. I'll put it in down here somewhere so you can see how many words I managed to write. And I think I ended on the 26th, I think. And then I added a little bit in on the 27th. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's not 50,000 words, but I was never aiming for that anyway. I was aiming just to finish. So I'm really happy that I managed to meet my goal. So now what I'm planning on doing is going back and just rereading the entire thing from the beginning to the end, not editing or anything, just reading it and then making notes. So I have a few notes that I made while I was writing of things that I knew I wasn't going to change during writing this draft, but I knew I wanted to change eventually. So I've got, I think, 2 different lists of things that I need to have a look through and figure out whether or not I do actually want to add them in. And then otherwise I'm just going to read through and see if I've missed anything important at the beginning that probably needs to come back to be resolved at the end. If I can find any plot holes, if there's any big changes that I want to make, I'll have a look through and make a note of them. I do know that there's a lot of world building things I need to add in. I think lots of details in scenes I need to go back and actually put in, because while I was writing it, I very much, if I hit upon something that I wasn't sure about, I would just skip it. So there are some scenes that sort of don't really start, like that sort of skip a couple of days or a couple of moments, so that I can just get into sort of the meat of the scene without having to write like all the background and detail at the beginning, if that makes sense. So like some narration is missing, so I need to go in and add that back in. I think there are a couple of scenes that might need to be cut, some that might need changing. There's a section in the middle that I did do in November, and I don't know if I'm happy with how I did it. I think I was doing it in the second week, and I think that section caused a lot of the issues that I was having in the second week. So I might have to go in and change them, but I might change them anyway because I think the plot is slightly different now than, this plot when I ended it, I think I need to go back and make changes so that makes sense. So I think that whole situation that I was writing in week 2, I need to go back and re-edit and do some like heavy lifting there. But otherwise, I've already started a bit of the reread. I went back and read the first few scenes, and I'm actually really happy with it. It does actually make sense as sort of one whole cohesive thing. I'm actually really happy about that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the writing as well. It's really odd going back to the beginning and reading sort of what happens at the beginning and the narration at the beginning compared to how it ends up at the end. I think just because, I suppose, the character development happens. So it's good that it is different because it shows that there was a journey. So I was successful in like telling an effective story. But it is odd. It is really odd reading back what I wrote sort of months ago, sort of 8 months ago, compared to what I was writing now and how it's changed. So yeah, I think that's quite interesting. Quite a fun journey going back and rereading what I had written, and I wrote it not knowing whether or not I would even finish. And so going back to read it now, knowing that I've written, I think in total it's like 80,000 words, and knowing that there is an ending, I think it just makes it all sort of worth it. And it makes me so happy to know that I've done it and there's this whole thing on my laptop that exists and is a novel. So yeah, I think I'm really happy is the moral of the story. So yeah, so my aim for December is to write draft 2 I don't know how long my redrafting will take. I imagine a couple more months of redrafting. And I do have another idea that I want to start for another novel. And this one will be more sort of YA fantasy, whereas this one is more adult. And I am really excited to get started on that, but I think I might wait until at least draft 2 is finished before I start a new project, just so I can keep my head sort of in one novel at a time before moving on to the next one. But yeah, so if you have been watching all of these videos, thank you so much. Do let me know if you have been following along. I think I might do a video at some point that talks more about sort of my process and how I write drafts and sort of advice for writing novels and for finishing a draft. So let me know if you'd be interested in hearing some of my advice on how to do it. I don't know, I think how I do it probably wouldn't work for everyone, but I don't know if someone might be interested in hearing, just in case it's helpful. I'm not sure, but do let me know if you would be interested in seeing that. So yes, this is now the end of my vlog series for NaNoWriMo. I'll be back next week with a bookish video, which I'm very excited to do. And in December, I've planned out all of my videos and I'm very excited for what's coming up next. I think in the new year, I might try and do some more writing vlogs, just because it is actually really fun. I do quite enjoy. I think it took me a while to sort of figure out how to do them, but now I'm pretty happy, and I'd love to take you along with more of my writing. I think that's everything. I think that's all I was going to say. So thank you again for joining me, and happy NaNoWriMo. Let me know whether or not you have finished NaNoWriMo, because it will be December by the time you see this. So do let me know how it went for you. If you managed to hit 50,000 words, you know that I didn't, but that's fine. So if you didn't, let me know as well, because we're all here not really caring about word counts. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please like, comment and subscribe. If you don't know what to comment, then comment a pen emoji or a book emoji. Up to you. And I will see you next week with another video. Thank you so much for being here, and goodbye.